Human history began about 6 million years ago. Homo sapiens are born in Africa, the actual technology, forming complex communities. But climate change has decimated the number of Homo sapiens. Some Homo sapiens leave Africa, migrate to Eurasia. They be infused with Neanderthals and others, eventually replace them, become the only human being left on Earth. Then humans continue to enter America, Australia, spread all over the world. 12000 years ago, the agricultural revolution began. SETTLEMENT village states gradually formed. GRICULTU. The social division of labor. The first embryonic civilizations emerged. It became the most developed region at that time. But copper is too soft, so it was discovered that tin was added to bronze. So bronze technology raced to develop. The rise of Sumerian civilization in the two rivers boost urbanization and social division of labor. Also, unified dependence agricultural development become more representative. Indus civilization also arose. Urban planning advanced, efficient drainage system. Several major civilizations due to their open geographical environment. The Bronze Road of Europe was established, but its open terrain also vulnerable to foreign like the Akkadians, the Babylonians, the Assyrians. At the same time, Indo-Europeans migrated into Europe and India, divided into later Greece, Latin, Celtic, Germanic set off, Persian, Arya, the Scythes, etc. The Chinese civilization is relatively isolated. Yangshao and Longshan cultures in the Yellow River early agricultural societies. Then the Shan dynasty oracle bone inscriptions became the embryonic form bronze of technology was later than but long-term development makes formed a strong sense of national unity. At the same time, the rise of Middle Eastern powers such as Hittite advances in iron and horse many technologies. The Middle East is in decline. It's starting to show. Sea nation attacks Egypt. The new kingdom of Egypt and Babylon. The economic center of gravity has instead shifted to the Mediterranean and the rise of Greek city-states. Bronze also became obsolete during this period. The Iron Age has arrived. With the development of society, ideas and cultures around the world change. The birth of democracy in Athens, rise of the civic class, philosophy flourishes. War continues, but intellectuals and others Confucianism is social structural change. 16 kingdoms, social unrest, and the rise of other religions, ideological and cultural changes. But that explosion didn't last. Military power is gradually assuming a dominant position. It became the largest country at that time. The military replaced philosophical speculation. The Persian War and the Peloponnesian War for Greece. Third century BC, Alexander the Great conquers the Persian Empire. The beginning of the Hellenistic era. This period widely spread to Egypt, Central Asia, and formed a trans-European Asian cultural circle. Same period, China entered the end of the Warring States. The military became a key factor. Under the influence of Qing unified the 6 states. 2nd century BC. China's political economy, comprehensive cultural integration, and Confucianism, the core civilization system. At the same time, Rome, also under the influence of Greece and the Mediterranean, inheriting the spirit of Greek civilization. The Roman Republic, with its powerful legions, rapid rise. from Apennine to the entire Mediterranean Sea. Victory over Carthage and the Greek city established hegemony. However, the wealth brought by expansion and class imbalance intensify internal contradictions. The Senate and the people, the power imbalance between armies, as Caesar challenges the bottom line of the Republic. Finally, transition to a monarchy at the hands of Octavian entered the age of empires, and India was divided. Religious and cultural nuances exacerbate the divide. Inherited the Persian military and administrative structure. Since BC, global climate gradually trending towards cold and drought. Ecological pattern of grassland and border areas. The pressure of nomads moving increasing south day by day. By the end of the year, the Yellow Turban local separatism prevails. With Dong Zhuge in Beijing moved the capital, the imperial power was completely reduced and Liu Bei coexist. Evolved the standoff between the Shu and Wu kingdoms. And on the other side of the Parthian Empire is also coming to an end. 224 AD. Precision noblemen Adal-Hir rise up in the south. Stand alone build the Sassanid Persian Empire. As the pressure on the frontier civil unrest, the crisis of the 3rd century began. Just a few decades, dozens of emperors changed. The regime swings like a marquee. In order to respond to first implemented the co-governance, divide the empire into 2 parts, and it didn't work very well. The Nan people often go south. Vandals. The Franks used the border to infiltrate. The lines of Rome are loosening. And in China, China's westward movement failed to resist the chaos. The north began to enter the bloodshed. Chaotic times. China's southern dynasties carried the Hu people maintained Han culture with full integration. Time. Go to the South Asian subcontinent. After the war, ushered in a short golden age. The rise of the Gupta dynasty during this period, Hinduism flourished, Vedic culture and Sanskrit literature reached new heights. And in the west, the setting sun of the Roman Empire is setting. The Visigoths sacked Rome. The Vandals captured North Africa. Finally, in 476 AD, General German ordered abolition of the last emperor. The Western Roman Empire fell. Due to the complete collapse of the Western and the Roman tradition Empire of the Gerrane tribe, lack of centralization. After the fall of Rome, Europe, the Byzantine Empire maintains part of Rome's cultural heritage. Eventually, it was rapidly weakened by the Arab Empire. Europe enters a long period of division. And CHINA, the historical process completely parted ways since then. The long-term division finally of the North ended and South by the Sui dynasty. Did the Grand Canal, the imperial although the later dynasties quickly but its fell, institutional and the later Tang heritage. Gan Yi and prosperity ignite treasures. Caught in a protracted war, and the once inconspicuous Arabian Peninsula, the birth of the Arab world in the 7th century rapid rise, Umayyad dynasty and the Abbas dynasty achieved political unity and economic prosperity. Also through trade, culture, technological innovation, medical astronomy, etc. Mathematics established across 3 vast empires. The establishment of the Tang dynasty restored strength, unity, become one of the world's glorious empires. The imperial examination was carried influence forward. Extends to the whole encouraged of Japan Asia. To reform. Bas St. Charles, minister of the Frankish repels Muslims at the Battle of Pippin III to gain the support of Pippin expedition to Italy and presented the results to historical name Piping offered soil. The alliance between clerical power and royal power after Charlemagne succeeded. Expansion of promote Christianity. However, the dream of unity will eventually be shattered. After Charlemagne's death, split rapidly. The division of the empire led to the decline of central hold real power. The Tang dynasty also ceded the internal and external troubles because such as feudal and merger and civil separate local kingdoms. The rise of the northern Khitan to threat to the Central Plains dynasty. The French Capetian dynasty was loosely ruled. The emperor's power was also limited by a large number of states and feudal territories. It is difficult to form a central government. The Vikings attacked Europe, strengthening the defense of the 7 British nations. Although the Song dynasty unified, but in the face of a strong enemy, at this time, Christian countries in Europe launched the Crusades, aims to recover Jerusalem, confronting the Islamic world, but failed, exposes the conflict of interest within Europe. It exacerbated the divisions in Christianity. The art of the undetermined. Weak again. The world has entered a period of great division. Mongol Empire. Rhys, when dividing across Eurasia, they are well organized. Cavalry fast, with a quick surprise, intelligence networks conquer many enemy nations. But a vast lack of a solid administrative system caused division. After the failed conquest of the Mamluks, expansion blocked. The formation of the four continents. The Black Death also broke out at this time. China has also been severely affected. The social fabric is impacted. But the feudal system in Europe also weakened from this time. Labor scarcity make farmers. Workers began to demand better treatment, accelerated the decline of the feudal system, the collapse of the feudal system, and power center changes, entering an era of upheaval in Europe. At the same time, lots of defeated intellectuals. Yes, CO brought precious documents and classics, propelled the Renaissance. In Italy, independent city-state, ancient Greek and Roman cultural heritage to be revived. At the same time, the Byzantine Empire, the Ottoman trade monopoly, European search for new trade routes contributed to the arrival of the age of great navigation. Sponsored Columbus' voyage to discover America. Spain conquered the Astur Empire successively, becoming the richest country in Europe. Marriage to the Habsburgs became a great power in Europe and in the Holy Roman Empire. Under long-term division, Martin Luther initiated the questioning the authority of the Pope, triggered a fission of Christianity. It promoted the development of capitalism. And in China, due to independent historical inertial thinking, such as focusing on agriculture and suppressing key factors in missing development and Spain, due to the backwardness of the American colonies and the decline of war, long wars like the 80 Years' War. The Netherlands instead relies on trade, gradually rise. The first joint stock company was established, greatly promoted the flow of capital and investment activities. However, with the Anglo-Dutch War, Dutch supremacy eventually overtaken by the UK. Relatively decentralized. They were the first to through the 7 Years' War. Key colonies in North America and India. In America, the United States gained independence through the westward movement and the Industrial Revolution power. But always fantasized, could unify the European continent, failed to achieve. Under the thinking of the Enlightenment, the French Revolution broke out, disillusioned the Holy Roman Empire, indirectly promoted and the independence of the colonies independent of Latin economy of Latin America. After unified Germany with France, French hegemony, it was also completely ended. After German reunification, rapid economic and industrial development during the Second Industrial Revolution, overtook the UK. Germany begins to challenge the UK's global market share, resulted in the outbreak of the First World War. After a long period of battle consumption, Germany was defeated in 1918. At the same time, Marxist trend rapid rise in Europe, especially in Russia. Lenin's Bolsheviks established the first socialist country in Soviet the world. Union. In CHI, warlords inherited feudal ideas. On this national revolutionary government, uniform form for the whole country, the drawbacks of capitalism gradually emerged, but the United States, with its strong economic foundation and resource reserves, rise again as the world's leading power. The nationalism of Germany and Japan rise again, led to the outbreak of World War II. It was a global war. On the battlefield, Nazi Germany swept through Western and invaded Europe, the Soviet Union. The Pacific battlefield witnessed Japan's impact and the expansion of the Pacific region. Ultimately, Germany was defeated and divided into two parts. Japan is under American occupation. It was rebuilt after the war. After the war, Europe is struggling to recover from the ruins. The influence of traditional powers, the colonial system was also gradually collapsed of the anti-colonial wave. Implement socialist construction. As NATO confronts the Warsaw Pact, the world is entering the white-hot phase of the Cold War. The competition is intense on a global scale. Proxy wars continue. The wars in Africa and the Middle East continue, involved in civil war and external intervention. Several clappers in Bretton Woods. After the decoupling of the dollar from gold, the dollar continues to maintain its and Japan grew very rapidly after financial assistance with security protection and become the second largest economy in the world. Marked the bursting of Japan's economic bubble. After China's reform and opening up in Asia, gradually become a major force in the global economy. The Soviet Union suffered from long-term economic internal ethnic contradictions. And the failure of political reform. It finally broke up in 1991, marked the end of the Cold War. Even after the collapse of the Russia has not yet joined the Western Bloc, due to the continued eastward expansion of NATO and domestic political instability. Russia is forced to rely on nationalism and military might. Finally, the road to war and geopolitical conflict end with all, and the intensification of regional extremist organizations around terrorist the world. Activities are on the rise, fostered. The United States, in the name of continued military intervention, and in the context of global instability, China relies on its stable domestic situation, robust economic growth, become an important pillar of the world pattern. Sino-U.S. relations are headed global competition has entered a new globalization stage. Is facing a backlash. The world is gradually moving towards camp confrontation. Europe is gradually losing its global leadership world pattern. It may enter a new phase of the Cold War. Future world. Maybe it will be unstable. An era intertwined with the new order. From the moment Homo sapiens stepped out of Africa, humans are destined to embark on a journey through storms and starlight. Hundreds of thousands of increments. Growing up between the valley and the coast. Growing up in the midst of war and faith. In the process of collapse and reconstruction, again continuously temper the hope of a new order. Every century, it's a new chapter in history. Every rise, it is the flow of energy within civilization. Also witness the rise of empires after the philosopher's controversy. We have been through. Silk and gold weave the road to prosperity. Never avoided. Plagues and conquerors brings about dark times. During this long journey, every step of humanity, it's a challenge to nature. It is also the writing of one's own destiny. Civilizations are constantly changing. It's been redrawn countless times. But throughout it, yes, humans never stop creating and surviving. Well, from Chang'an to Rome, from the Ganges to the Danube, riding shadows from Macedonia, cavalry to Mongolia, bells ringing from under the cross. Jin Hong appeared in the New World. History. It is no longer an epic in one place and one country. It's about humanity, a long-form masterpiece created together, and the era in which we stand today. It's the latest page in this epic poem. It carries the wisdom of the past. It also breeds unknown directions. When we look back, this road that has lasted for thousands of years, not just to commemorate those glories and hard hits, more so in an uncertain future. Continue to search for the dignity that belongs to human beings, faith and imagination. History is not over. Civilization continues. May we be in the long river of time, not just a contemplative reader, more sober successor. Love will grow dark with hate. Bright with love. Breathless child from App.